done by this crazy old man. Now, here's the kicker for me. These people are doing this brief, and they're going like, we found these cave paintings. They're all over the place, separated by time and distance and miles, and they all have this same picture. This tall man's pointing at these clusters of stars, and we think it's an invitation by our creator. They basically say, we think that these cave paintings are an indicator that we were created by aliens, and they want us to come and see them, and this cluster of stars is where we're supposed to go.
You know what it
And what I love
here?
is that, here's where I just this is one of two moments where I almost stood up in the theater and went, come on! Because basically the other people question these scientists. No, I'm not going to call them scientists. I'm going to call them people, because these individuals couldn't be scientists. But they call them out on their bullshit and go, oh, wait, you saw these cave paintings? What makes you think that you think that this means that aliens created us? What evidence could you possibly have to support it? Why do you think this?
You know, Mitzag was right.
Yeah, you say what she says. You remember what she says?
Oh, yeah.
Why do you think this?
The most scientist
Why do you believe
thing
this?
she's ever said. Yes.
And she goes like, that's what I think because it's what I believe.
Ah, fuck you. You're not a scientist. You fucking
fail
hack.
at science.
Hack.
It's what I believe. That's not how science works.
That's not how scientists think.
And here's where we come back to the $1 trillion expedition. Somehow these finger quotes scientists were somehow able to pitch an idea to this one CEO or whatever that these, they were able to pitch this idea with no evidence, no substantial information to suggest otherwise. They basically go like, hey, these 5 dots, it's like deep space, and we think aliens made us. You want to fund an expedition to go there? And he's like, yeah, okay. No, I mean... Already my suspension of disbelief is shot.
Oh, I can imagine how when Christopher Columbus wanted to just travel the world, and he took, how many ships? 3 giant ships with a shitload of people, and here, 17 guys, 1 ship? No, and just to visit another planet with aliens?
And don't you just love the complete, utter disregard? I mean, seriously, do these people not have... There's so much shit that makes these people seem so ridiculously unscientific. Like when they take off the helmets in the alien atmosphere.
Oh, yeah.
These people are supposed to be fucking archaeologists. And I know that some of ancient cave paintings, they actually don't even allow people to go in there because bacteria... on our bodies could erode these carbons.
Yes, haven't you heard
these people, like a dumbass, when they get in the alien planet, they find out there's air, they go like, yeah, let's take our helmets off.
Okay, people,
they can breathe.
Have you heard the legend of the tomb of Tutankhamun? The curse?
Oh, yeah, Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun? Have you heard the curse? They opened the chest, they opened the sarcophagus, and all of a sudden they died of illness? I wonder why. Oh, it's because of the curse, right? Wrong! It's like you said, the diseases, they shouldn't realize that, it actually has O2 there, but, okay, there's oxygen, but what about, I don't know, any anomalies like diseases,
it's
bacteria?
Quarantine. It's an alien atmosphere. Maybe there's highly dangerous microbes. Maybe there's bacteria that'll turn your internal organs into liquid shit.
Yes.
Maybe there's bacteria on you that'll completely ruin the alien atmosphere. You don't know.
You don't, yeah. You don't know, but it's like I said, they're not scientists. They're just, I don't care. I don't give a shit how technology has evolved.
Well, it couldn't have evolved that much if they're still if they're going to suture wounds with a staple gun, which is another level of idiocy.
Man, that's a
sequence.
Worse. Yeah, I know. It's okay. We'll get there.
Why don't we just get to it now? We're just bitching about everything.
We're just fucking rambling. I know.
This is the crux of our complaints. We think the movie is fucking stupid because of all these dumb, brainless moments. The people acting like idiots.
The characters, they don't think in logic. I mean, if I actually show this to my mother, she will be all day during the entire movie just complaining. Why did she do that? How is it possible he can't do that after what happened? It's full with that. It's so full with mistakes, stupid mistakes. So many stupid mistakes.
I think I got a good idea how we can just sum this up. Why don't we take turns asking questions about, anything that came to mind? Like, if we were asking a question about something, that seemed like it was a continuity error or it didn't make sense or we wanted to know the answer, why? Let's just go back and forth. We won't answer the questions because the movie didn't bother to answer them. Let's just go back and forth and ask questions. You want me to start?
Yes, please.
Okay. How the fuck did they find out that this 5 clusters of stars was specifically this one location in space? I don't know about you, but there's a lot of stars in outer space, and I'm sure that if you looked at some cluster of them from some angle, it's going to look like that 5 cluster. Seems awfully specific.
Even that they show the evidence that from different cultures all over the world had the same drawing, it's still, to me, it's not enough. I don't think it's enough. It's from space. How do you know? How do you know? It's like, and also, like I said, just 5 stars, just 5 dots.
And that's just ignoring the whole notion that sometimes different cultures repeat same patterns. I mean, for all we know, they could have made the Big Dipper.
Oh.
Wouldn't that have been a bitch if those dots were the Big Dipper? Oh shit! Civilizations all over the globe in different time zones looked up at night and saw the big fucking Dipper. Here, you ask a question now, and we'll just go back and forth.
Oh god, there's so many things, so many stupid things to ask. Here's another question. Well, I'm not sure if I should ask you about the story or just.
We're not even gonna answer the questions. Let's just shoot them off rapid fire.
Okay, here's something I want to ask. Why? Oh God, why do you bother to hire Guy Pearce to act as an old man?
An old man makeup?
An old man makeup that's even worse than Jackass. Why? I don't think that's a good question, but I'm trying to think of one.
Alright, here's another question. What was Michael Fassbender's motive? He's done several things that seem to have no apparent... He basically, he does things because he's curious and he, wants to find out what's happening.
Okay, I remember one question. I just remember one. Why did David, the robot, pour that dark death goo into that idiot's drink?
Yeah, no reason.
No reason? I mean, it's like, why not?
I don't know. Yeah, why did he do it?
Why not? I mean, he could have just... he can get DNA from anyway. Isn't he supposed to be a robot that was designed to be a lab assistant of some sort? That's why robots are designed for.
There's one thing I want to say this because you just reminded me. This is like the one really good moment in the movie I really liked. I really like it when Fassbender's robot is talking to this one dude who's really depressed, and they talk about why humans created David, the robot, and he goes like, it basically the sum of the in a nutshell, they basically like, well, why did you make me? It's like, because we could. We didn't have any greater reason. And he's like, well, how would you feel if your creators told that to you? And it's like, it's a good conversation. It's actually pretty good.
Actually a good conversation. Like, but now he responds with, I wanted to see aliens win.
I'm gonna rapid fire a couple of quick questions. Why did the alien in the beginning kill himself? I mean, we kind of get that humans came from him, but why did he do it? And if it was a deliberate action, why did the aliens make the cave paintings to show us... why did the alien kill himself in the beginning to make humanity? Was humanity a mistake? If it wasn't a mistake and creating humanity was deliberate, why did the aliens want to kill us later in the movie?
Okay, here's I have a certain answer, but okay.
If it was an accident and they did want to kill us, why did they leave cave paintings to let us come back to their planet and get ourselves killed? Why didn't they just do it when they were there making the paintings?
That didn't make any sense, but okay. For example, I have this other question. Do you remember the recordings they have in the cave?
Yeah.
Okay,
the
they were running from something, but from what? What happened? I actually thought I was much more curious to see what happened to the aliens more. They should make like a movie about them, about their intentions. I was actually much more interested of what they were doing instead of.